This is the first video showing iceberg orders. This video focuses on using icebergs to identify market manipulation. The mechanics of icebergs will be explained in a later video. A video is made on the 24th of February 2012 at 11:15 AM Eastern, which is 11:15 PM my time. The range for today was very low, and it hadn't been worth trading up to this point. As you can see, the range is less than 4 points. So at this time of night, I wasn't really expecting to take a trade. I'd given up on the day a lot earlier, finished my emails for the night, and decided to come back and have a look. Now what I saw when I came back was these three iceberg orders here at 136525. These are iceberg orders on the bid side, which means somebody's trying to hide their buying. Now we can also see on the summary tape over here, we see 4,350 orders hitting into 136525. We've got 2,636 here and 2,104 here. So these are the orders hitting those iceberg orders. We can also see the offers stacked over here. We can see offers of 2,000 to 3,000 orders, which is a lot higher than the bid. Now based on this, you can actually see me putting in a bid here. I'm not buying at the market because I think the market's going to come down to 1365 again as this player continues to build his long position. Now the premise for this trade is that these offers over here are fake. We're at the top of a trading range. Traders will be selling here to play the move to the downside, to the bottom of the range, and those people are going to get run over. These high offers over here are just to make the market look weak. On the bid side, the real liquidity of the bid is being hidden with those iceberg orders. Now in normal circumstances, what you do at the top of a trading range is you would sell. It is a very low probability plays to put in a buy order. But the action we see here on the order book is taking advantage of the people that are selling the top of the range and will get run over. It's when they stop out that we'll see a potential pop to the upside. So in this case, what we're trying to do is we're trying to join in with the guy manipulating this if we can get a good price. Now my thoughts here were that this trade could see us breaking out of the trading range, and we could potentially pop up for 5 or 6 points. So I think it's good, even though it's late at night for me, I think it's probably a good thing to get involved with. We can see from the cumulative delta that the market sellers are actively selling here. It's those sellers that are going to exit and fuel the move up. Now, I will say one thing is that I do not like taking trades like this. Okay. Now there is a course on the forum about which explains how I take trades. I like to take trades in a confirmed trend on a pullback. Now these trades, they just feel unnatural to me because you are buying when the market is being manipulated to look weak. Now I will take them, it's just they make me nervous, I'm not comfortable with them, but I think that's the reason that they work. It feels like the market is going to go down, and everybody's feeling that, and that's why people are selling. And that's also what makes it feel slightly unnatural. Okay, I've just fast forwarded a few minutes. What we can see here, we can see fantastic evidence of me not liking being in these trades. So you can see I've got a top target up there of 1367.75. And then what we see some sellers come in, and we see the market tick down. I mean, it only ticks down a tick. Absolutely nothing to worry about. No reason for me to change my mind about this trade at all. It really doesn't even qualify as a shakeout. And a shakeout in a trade like this is fairly normal. It is fairly normal to see the market pull back a few ticks before it takes on up. So I moved my target down to break even so that I could get out of the trade without a loss. When I did this, I looked at what I was doing. I looked at the offers over there on the right hand side and look at the way they're stacked. And I know that this is a silly thing to do. It is not the right time to exit the trade. So what I did, I had a look at that, looked at the order flow, and I slapped myself on the face a few times and said, okay, Pete, this is silly. You need to move your target up. You've got very low risk in this trade anyway, only 3 ticks. So I ended up moving my target back upwards. But this is kind of typical when you're in a trade that you're not comfortable with, even though you know it's the right thing to do, it's the right play to make. It doesn't mean that you're comfortable in the trade. Okay, just forward a few more minutes. It's now coming up to 11:28. We can see that the cumulative delta is now minus 10,000, and that's pretty much all since we got to this swing high here. So we can see evidence that the sellers are coming in force. You'll notice my stop has gone down a few more ticks. The reason for that is I'm now a lot more confident in this trade. I can see an iceberg there at 136,550 that's fired off. A lot more sellers have come in. If it does come off another few ticks, I'll be quite happy because more sellers will actually jump in at that point, which obviously is better for the upside. So I'm very confident in this trade now, giving it some room to run. And really now it's just a matter of how much is this thing going to pop when it moves to the upside. This narration obviously is being done after the event. I am cutting at the dead spots. So what we're about to see in a minute, we're about to see the first pop. We can actually see the deltas recovering a little bit here. We can see the bid side thickening up a little bit. We can see the offer side, we don't have the 3,000 anymore. We've still got the low 2,000s there, but we don't see the 3,000 anymore. So we can see that this picture is starting to change a bit. And now because we've popped up above that swing high a little bit, the shorts that went short, over the past 30 minutes or so, they're going to be getting nervous now about this. We move forward now to 11:38. What I'd like to do is just keep your eye on that offer there, 1366.25. I can see I've got 1321 here. Now that 1321 is the amount of contracts that were offered when we got to this level. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch how many contracts actually go through against this offer. Now this is the current value, this 1158 here. That's the current offer. So let's just see how many contracts hit that level. Now obviously what we're looking at here, we're looking at an iceberg order. Now the way I trade, if I see an iceberg order and the market's moving up, if I see an iceberg order on the offer, I do not expect that to hold the market. That's just the way I trade. Now if I'm in an uptrend and the market pulls back and I see an iceberg on the bid, then I think that is going to stop the pullback. So for me, an iceberg can generally stop a pullback, but it can't stop a trend. So we can see here 2,603 contracts have gone through, and I've still got 800 offered. So I originally had 1321, nearly 3,000 have gone through now. So we can see obviously there's been some refreshing of that offer there. And we are actually going to see a short-term pullback off there. But again, I'm not going to exit at this point based on that, because I do truly believe that an iceberg can't stop a move up like this. Now 11:44, we can see the market still coming down. It's actually coming down to my entry point, but again I'm still expecting the market to move up here. Now watch as I clear those inside two columns. This is something I do a lot, that I clear those two columns. I'm clearing the columns below. I do this because it makes it a lot easier to read as you come down. Now what we can see again here on the bid side, we can see another iceberg order. So they're at 1365.50. We had an original bid of 921 contracts. We're now at 580. We've got 2,100 gone through. Obviously, those bids have been refreshed. We can also see the blue triangle there to denote we've got an iceberg order. So for me, this is a good sign. Really, the only bad sign so far is the amount of time that it's actually taken to get from the entry point to where we are now. So there we are, another iceberg, and what we're going to see is the market will move up from here, and it really does show that an iceberg in a pullback is really what you want to see. So 11:55 almost, nearly midnight my time. We've gone up a point and a half, been in the trade well over 30 minutes. Looks obviously we're not going to get the 5 or 6 point pop. This really doesn't count as a pop in my book. So what I'm going to do now, close the trade, go to bed. It didn't work out the way I wanted it. Took a point off the table. That's okay. Come back and play another day. All right, thanks a lot.